Hello Commanders, welcome to the command table. My name is Matt and I'm going to be taking you through battles 466 through 470 in the journey in Traplight's Battle Legion. Just as a heads up, it has been 7 weeks and 2 days since Journey was released, and I created this account on that day, and I have kept it free to play this entire time, so I haven't spent a dime on it. Okay, if you like what you see here, please do like, subscribe, and if you want notifications when I drop new videos, be sure to hit that notification bell. Also, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those below. Okay, battle 466. Alright, so here we have a group of assassins in the back, a couple of archers, 2 druids, a valkyrie, a monster hunter, a brute, direwolves, and 3 giant toads. So for this one, I figured I would use the thorn guards as kind of my primary method of deterring the giant toads. They're kind of the nuisance to deal with. You could maybe use a monster hunter if you wanted. You might end up running into a problem if you don't get this monster hunter down. It could freeze or stun your monster hunter, and that could cause some problems. So I decided to go for the thorn guards, just in the event that the monster hunter does get through. It would beat itself to death on the thorn guards. I've got a valkyrie up here hidden underneath the artifact slots, and then I've got these 2 assassins that are going to pop over and take care of the archers and most of the healing units. The thorn guards are placed just behind the valkyrie so that the assassins will run into it, and then those thorn guards will be able to move ahead just in time to catch all these melee units. So I kind of catch both the back and the front with just that one unit. I've got Arcane Archer down here. That's just going to be my backup plan for towards the end. And then this Phoenix is in place of the Ember Fiend that I had here the first time I tried it. I couldn't find a good spot for the Ember Fiend because it was either getting eaten by the giant toads or killed by the assassins. So I just went ahead and switched it out for the Phoenix because they would just pop back up and continue to provide damage and apply burn. Okay, so there goes the enemy assassins, there goes all the healers and the archers, and now the thorn guards move forward just in time to catch all the melee units. Now the Phoenix is going to pop up and apply burn every so often, and it's just a matter of keeping that one thorn guard alive, which the Valkyrie can totally do. So now it's just a matter of burning through. And it helps that they're all beating themselves to death on the thorn guard. Okay, there's 466. Let's move on to 467. Okay, so I've got a note on this one. You want to make sure that if you're planning on having these untamed beasts go back and kill their own spiders' nests, that you do not put anything directly in a line in front of those untamed beasts. So this one's totally clear all the way through. Same with this one. There's nothing in the direct line of sight. So that's going to default its pathing to the closest unfriendly unit, which happens to be their own spider's nests. So spider's nest constructs in the back. The untamed beasts are going to take care of those for me. Then we got some giant toads, which are going to run into these thorn guards, and they're going to stop there. And then the untamed beasts are going to come through and run into the same thorn guards. So the main thing we have to worry about is the spiders that are generated until the beasts can kill those nests. And we're going to take care of those with 3 crystal spires on this side. I decided to throw in 2 Valkyries just to keep an extra thorn guard up. It seems to go a lot faster for getting those untamed beasts to kill themselves on the thorn guards if there's 2 of them. Then I've got all the archers in the back just to provide some additional focus fire on whatever's closest. And we'll go ahead and let it run so you can see how it goes. Again, if you have problems with those untamed beasts running at you instead of the spider's nests, then you've just got to make sure they've got a clear line of sight directly in front of them. Now here we're able to get all those spiders, and we only lost maybe a couple archers in there. I see a few blue skulls. If you see blue skulls, those are your units. The brown skulls are the enemy. Okay, so there it is. Let's move on to 468. Alright, for this one, we have a lot of variety in here. That's all kind of a mess. Got some archers in the back, got some faceless knights in the front and back. We got brutes kind of up down here in this zone. whole bunch of shield bearers, and then a whole bunch of thorn guards. It's just kind of a eclectic mess to have to deal with. I think I see a drummer in there too. So in order to handle this, we're using one of our traditional delay tactics. We've got 3 entangling roots that are going to catch all the melee units, and they're going to get tagged with these draining spirits. I've put the warhounds here because I need them to die. If you were to use plague bearers or any other chaos unit, they're going to live too long, and you need them, whatever unit you're using to do the special delivery, you want them to clear out so that all these archers in the back don't have anything to shoot. And that's going to have them run forward and have them also hit those roots and get into the draining spirits. So that's going to congest everything right here in this zone. And again, the warhounds, they aren't there to kill anything. They're just there to deliver the draining spirits and then die. The Risen Warriors are going to pop up on the other side after a brief delay, which is going to cause all the units that are built up right here to turn around and go back while the Ember Fiend is hitting everything. The rear Risen Warriors have slow. So be sure to equip that Power Stone because it buys you so much more time. It gives you a whole extra group of units to hit right after the other one dies. So let's go ahead and let that run. Here it goes. Alright, so hounds die. That's totally acceptable. All we needed them to do was deliver the draining spirits. Now everything gets pulled back towards the Risen Warriors, and the Ember Fiend is doing some good ranged application of the burn. There's one archer that manages to survive and gives me a little spot of panic, but we end up taking it out and it ends up working just fine. If you end up having this fail, you may just be able to spin it again and be just fine. It's just that one little archer that almost gets me. Alright, so that was 468. Let's move on to 469. Okay, so got a note on here that this one was a little bit ugly, but it got the job done. So we got a bunch of Ember Fiends in the back, a whole bunch of Earth Elementals, Phoenix, and 2 Untamed Beasts. They're right there on the front line, so we're just going to tag them with some Draining Spirits. And you'll notice, kind of similar to the other Untamed Beast level for this video, that there's nothing directly in front of the Untamed Beasts. If you have that, then they will charge at that, even though these may be closer. So you want to make sure that their path directly in front of them is clear, both of them totally clear. So that's going to force the Untamed Beast to choose the next closest unit, or the closest unit, which is going to be their own Ember Fiends. The Earth Elemental is there because of the burn, so we wanted a fire or burn immune tank to hold off all the enemies while the ranged units can get their job done. The Valkyrie is going to keep the Earth Elemental healed, which is why the Earth Elemental is superior to the Molten Armor in this situation, since I'm not using any artifacts. I've got 3 groups of archers and 2 arcane archers. That's just to burn through everything. But yeah, it might be worthwhile looking into some crystal spires or something like that to take down the Earth Elementals, because it just seems to take too long. So there they go, killing their own Ember Fiends. The Phoenix gets burned down, but it's going to come back shortly. Those Draining Spirits are doing a lot of the heavy lifting here once the Earth Elementals split into the second and third phase. The Entangling Roots right here are critical because that keeps everything from zipping down all those Earth Elemental splits. Now I end up getting kind of into a bit of a mess here, but it ends up working out all right. The roots seem to stabilize everything here, keeping everything back far enough so that those Draining Spirits don't kill all my ranged. And then by then Frenzy hits and the Arcane Archers can clean everything up. Alright, one more. Let's do 470 and then we'll call it for this video. Okay, so here we have a couple of Ember Fiends, a whole bunch of Frost Wizards. We've got 3 Earth Elementals and a Jormag clone. So that's going to emit a freezing pulse every so often. What I've decided to do here is I've got the 2 groups of assassins to just remove the Ember Fiends. That takes one condition out of play and just leaves the freeze condition to have to contend with. You could use a couple of different types of tanks because there's a lot of things that are immune to freeze, earth elementals, brutes. But I actually chose the dire wolves because they don't do a knockback. Once these earth elementals split, I need them to not be knocked back into my ranged units and my crystal spires. I need them to stay where they are. So as long as one of these dire wolves stays alive, it can do frontal AoE damage in a kind of a small frontal cone to everything that's around it, and it won't send it back into my other stuff. There's a Valkyrie back here, which is going to heal at least one dire wolf and kind of keep everything at arm's length back here, while my ranged can get the job done between the crystal spires and the archers. Okay, so there goes the Ember Fiends, and then a few other things, obviously. The Assassins only really needed to get the Ember Fiends down. Everything beyond that is just gravy. So maybe switching out one set of archers for some entangling roots might be useful, or dropping a set of archers for an extra crystal spire, just because it seems to go through the earth elementals faster than the archers do. Okay, there goes. Okay, it gets a little tight here, but the archers are able to soak most of that damage and keep the Valkyrie alive and the spires. It got a little dicey there with that last Frost Wizard too. So again, a few things could be tweaked. You may consider putting an Arcane Archer in there just to make sure that that Frost Wizard doesn't freeze everything in the end. So yeah, a few tweaks could be made, definitely some improvements, but got the job done. So thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Again, please do like and subscribe, and feel free to check out the commandtable.com. We've got lots of fun stuff going on there. We have our guild recruitment stuff, or sorry, clan recruitment stuff there, as well as tutorials and raid strats and all that fun stuff. So thanks for watching. We'll have more for you soon.